Good morning. Happy Tuesday. We are off to do our first market of the year. I know what I said last year. All right. Don't bring back old stuff. Okay. Don't do it. This is a rare market, an exclusive market. I don't know, but there's only like 3 or 4 vendors. It's at a corporation, so it's like internal for their employees only. So I'm hoping that it's a good choice. It was no cost to me other than my time, and the time is only 2 hours. Okay, 3 hours if you count setup and breakdown. Anyway, I'm going to take you along with me on that. Hopefully it's fun. Hopefully I know some of the other vendors, and it'll be a great 2 hours of making money and sharing my business mission and values and passions and all that jazz. So yeah, we're going to do that. We're running a few minutes behind because I should have packed my car by now, but the day is the day is the day. I'm still cycling and I'm over it, but we're going to push through. All right, let's get it. Okay, what's up? What's up? We're here. We're set up. Let me show you what it looks like. So I did my normal one table setup where I have greeting cards at the center, mystery packs in front of those, and then journals usually envelop either side. In this case, I also have my calendars left over, so I brought those as well. And yeah, just a nice clean setup. We only had the table provided. We just had to bring linen and then set up our usual way. And so that's what I did. We are set up at a corporate event. It's for Black History Month. It's a tech company. They do a lot of like AI software type things. And there's only 2 of us here. I'll show you the other vendor in a minute so that you guys can check her out. She makes candles and wax melts and some other things. But yeah, we're here for 2 hours. We'll see how it goes. And that's it. That's the setup. Typical setup. A little different because I didn't bring my own table. They like gave us family style tables. We're in a cafe as well. I'll show that too. I'm also like trying to survive right now. Like I am cramping so hard and I don't know why because it's day 6 of my cycle. Like that should be over by now. But here we are. So y'all pray for me. But I'm gonna get through. All right, we're an hour in, and it's lacking. Which I don't want to expect these things when I come to these things, but like then I come to these things and they prove me right every time. So yeah, I mean, there's been some support, but it's been pretty slow. And like the cafeteria is full. So yeah, it's like a full house. It's lunchtime. It's lunch rush. Like no one's really shopping. Everyone's just kind of like eating their lunch and talking and walking by and like looking at what all of the vendors have. There's only three of us here. Another vendor showed up, but yeah, I don't know. I'm ready to go because my uterus is on fire again, and I just want my couch. All right, y'all, it's over. It's done. We're done. We got through it. Now it's time to clean up and go home and relax. Got homies over there. We had homies over here, but he already kind of packed up. But that's the vibe that we're doing. So we were out here for 2 hours, and it was meh to say the least. But connections and whatever, right? Okay, let's talk about it. The main reason why I don't care for doing markets anymore is the inconsistency of them. They're just, no matter like if they're free or if they cost money, like there's always some kind of inconsistency in attendance and in sales. So if, say, for instance, today, right, there was a vendor event opportunity. There were only going to be probably 3 or 4 vendors in total, all Black-owned businesses, and it was for a tech company, which is, they do a lot of like AI-based software, and they help other companies kind of automate their systems, right? So when you factor that in, I already probably shouldn't have been one of the vendors, but I've done events for like SDG&E, and their turnout is amazing. Like their employees actually, spend money with the vendors. But anyway, so you factor that in, there's 3 or 4 of us. So you think for as big as this company is, there's probably about like 4 different buildings here, like big size buildings in this like I don't know, call it plaza, like corporate plaza. And then they have like a main dining hall where everybody comes for lunch. So there were probably about like maybe 200 or so, 250 employees in and out for like a 3-hour time span. We were here from 11:30 to 1:30. Setup was at 10, and I think I arrived at like maybe 10:30ish. By the time we got to the location of where the setup is supposed to be, is probably around 11. So from 11 to 11:30, I'm setting up, and from 11:30 to 1:30, like you expect to be actively like selling, right? And I can go back and look at my square, but I probably made less than $200, and I probably only had about maybe 5 customers. So I'll have to go back and check that and like confirm. So for 3 hours, is it worth it? Because yes, technically it was a free event. So I didn't have to pay to be here, but it also was my time, right? And then I didn't order any inventory. I already had inventory stocked. So I don't have to worry about like cost of goods and all of that. And I'll have to factor that into like my final revenue count. But like, is there a huge benefit? And that's how a lot of these markets are. It's like you say, okay, there's going to be 200 to 250 attendees, and 5 of them are going to purchase, and about 50 of them are going to walk by and just look at your stuff and say how cool it is. And then you factor in the demographics of that company and so on and so forth. So there are just a lot of different things to consider when doing private events like this and more public events like farmers markets or monthly markets that other organizations put on. But like overall for 2025, like my goal, I said this in 2024, I know, my goal is to not do these markets, not have to. So I need to supplement that income elsewhere, and I want to focus on wholesale, and I want to focus more on events and also doing like private events, like for Color and Chill, not for these. So yeah, that's just my little rant to end this session. I mean, overall, I guess it's cool. I got to meet 2 new business owners that I hadn't known before, so that's always cool. And then a couple of the employees, really cool, from the company that we were at. So, you know, there's silver linings here and there, but for the most part, like, just know, like, if you have a set goal, if you have a set revenue goal that you want to reach, if you have a set, like, have set mission and values that you want to pursue for your business, like, make sure everything aligns is the best way that I can put that. I need to take my own advice. Okay, I'm going home now to rest.